coming in hot.
You think you can make it?
Laura!
Please. Your grandmother has a better chance of making this show.
Oh, wow. No confidence. Bam! Are we back at it again? It's Life Lessons of Steve and Laura. It's Steve and Laura time. Check your time all the time. And what is the life lesson here? I'm being challenged right now to believe in the impossible, to believe in your dreams, to believe that God can do exceedingly abundantly above all that you could ever ask or think. Let's go. Well, look. This is something I want to point out here. The body language with Stefan and Laura right now. Just look at it for a second. I'm trying to tell you, sometimes body language will speak louder than actual language. Okay, peeping game on this. Hope we peeping game on this right now.
Oh, sure. Come on in. I was just about to wipe my bellows.
Oh, your accordion.
These two dudes couldn't be more different. You know, shout out to Joel. You gotta give Joel his props. These two dudes could not be more different at all. It's crazy. Night and day.
Steve, don't you think Laura's been acting a little strange lately?
No? Why?
Well, she seems a little distant.
From
distracted.
you? From you?
In what way?
Right.
Well, for one thing, when we kiss, it's not as much passion as there used to be.
Really? Really?
Yeah, Steve, calm it down. Calm down your enthusiasm, Steve. Calm it down now. You're supposed to be there for Stefan.
Yeah, do you have any idea what's wrong?
How would I know what's going on with Laura?
Come on, Steve, you've grown up with Laura. You've known her so much longer than I have.
Give you a little reminder. Let's go back for a second.
Oh, where do you go on your dates with Steve?
Usual places, movies, restaurants.
Okay, well, maybe that's your problem. Those are all public places.
So?
Well, Steve's an old-fashioned guy, and in some ways, he's an extremely shy person. He's probably nervous about showing affection in public.
Laura knows this, but not Myra.
Of course.
And it's interesting that Stefan recognizes that Steve and Laura do have something special, right? That him and Laura don't have, which is why he's coming to talk to Steve. And I showed that same thing with Myra because it's the exact same thing. This is what I've been saying this whole time is that Steve and Laura have something that the others, you know, as Shaq would always say, that the others are just not going to experience. Steve and Laura have been building.
You're going to find out sooner or later, so I might as well tell you. There's someone else in Laura's life.
Oh, Steve, don't spill the beans, Steve.
Who?
Me.
Ooh.
That's a good one, Steve. That's a good one.
I'm not joking. It's me.
Right.
And
We got to stop it. Stefan, hold on a second now. Because, Stefan, you about to get a brick at your head right now. Really grown to really respect the character of Steve Urkel. You know, is because y'all don't realize when he on his gangster. Y'all don't realize that. He's telling Stefan to his face, well, you're going to find out anyway. Something very special is happening between him and Laura. There's nothing like he has experienced with Myra. And Steve already knows whatever it is that Stefan and Laura got going on, it ain't what they got going on. For Steve to even go and say that, I just think it was so...
I'm not joking. It's me.
And what brought you to this bizarre conclusion?
She kissed me.
Well, no doubt it was an innocent little peck on the cheek.
No.
No. It was a big, sloppy, wet one right here.
Woo! What?
Oh, yes way. I just wish there was some way I could prove it to you.
I give Steve props because from one man to another, dude, it's only a matter of time before I got your woman. Okay, it's only a matter of time. Steve even said, "I wish I could prove it to you." But this is what I'm saying again, where Steve understands that there is something that is going on, and now Stefan is helping him to understand even more because now Steve is recognizing, oh, she ain't kissing you like that no more because she kissing me, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting the passion now. I'm getting the romance. I'm getting those type of things. Or understand that something special is going on between him and Laura.
Yeah, well, maybe there is. Tonight I'm going to pay Laura a visit, but I'm going to do it as Steve Urkel.
Oh, get out.
He
What if you find out Laura prefers me to you?
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I'll jump off that bridge when I get to it. I've got an important photo shoot tonight.
Well, if you can be me, then I can be you.
Deal. Tonight, we're trading places.
This is what I keep saying about what have Steve and Laura been doing since they were, I don't know, 12. Talking things out. Stefan, it doesn't even come to Stefan's mind to like, oh man, well, let me hit Laura up and we need to talk about this. No, I'm going to try to trick her. I'm going to try to play games with her. Stefan has no friendship with Laura. It's all of it has been romance. So now when adversity hits, he doesn't know how to respond.
Hey, Steve.
Hi, Laura. Tonight they're airing a panel discussion on PBS on liposuction. It's called Chewing the Fat. Want to take a look-see with me?
Oh, I have a biology test to study for. I sure could use your help.
Oh, Ogle Dogle. Oh, did I do that?
Why are you trying to trick a woman? She knows Steve. She knows him. So something is a little funny, huh, Laura?
Would you like a soda pop?
Look at her looking at him.
Right back.
Something's not right.
That's Stefan.
There you go. You can't trick her. You can't trick.
This is all Greek to me.
Stefan's not even on the level of intelligence as Laura is. I'm trying to tell you, Laura's super smart, man. She's super smart. Uh-oh. She dangerous right now.
Hello there, sweet thing.
Wowzer. Going out?
Staying in. You know, I just realized something.
That dress is illegal in 3 states?
Don't you know that Stefan needs to know Laura is studying to be a lawyer. She know how to play the game if you want to play that. You know what I'm saying?
And we're all alone in the house, and we should make the most of it.
Oh, but what about Stefan?
Who?
Stefan, your beau, your boyfriend, the love of your life.
It's you I want, Steve. And it's you I'm gonna get.
Are you sure you wanna cheat on him? You act like you're sure.
And isn't it interesting that Stefan is playing so many mind games right now? Are you sure you don't want to cheat on him? He didn't say that with Steve. He didn't even bring up the cheat word because it's not cheating. Because Stefan knows they're not in a serious relationship, they're not engaged, and they're not married. So there's no cheating going on, but this is him playing mind games.
How did that feel?
Great.
Well, then you'll love this.
Yeah.
Cut the act, Stefan.
She already knows.
I'm busted.
Exactly.
What did you think you were doing?
I had to know if you had feelings for Steve.
Well, why didn't you ask me instead of being somebody that you're not?
Because I'm stupid.
You see what I'm saying? What did Lord just say? Why didn't you just ask me? Why didn't you just come and talk to me? This is the one thing that I've said. Why does Steve love Laura? This is one of the reasons. Because she's easy to talk to. Laura will talk. She'll take accountability. She'll take responsibility. She's open to rebuke even, right? But Stefan doesn't know any of this. Because Stefan hasn't really got to know anything further than Laura's lips. That's all he's got to know. Stefan does not know Laura's heart. He doesn't know her core. He knows that she's beautiful, she's smart, and she's funny, things like that, right? But he doesn't know the core of who Laura is, and that Laura is actually very easy to talk to. But here we go. Again, this is what happens when you don't build something and you just ride into the sunset off on romance. This is what happens.
All the underhanded, deceitful, sneaky things to do. I mean, what kind of person would stoop so low?
Oh, Laura, yes, woman of my dreams, woman I love.
Shut up, Steve.
Oh, I'm not Steve, I'm Stefan.
She knows.
She knows. She already
I'll
knew.
just be covering that.
Hold it right there. I cannot believe that the both of you tried to trick me.
Laura, I'm sorry, but I had to know if you had feelings for Steve.
Hey, I told him you were hot for me, but he didn't believe it.
Now look, Stefan to me is still the one that's way in the wrong because he is the one that's in the relationship with Laura and all that. And Steve is going along with it because Steve wanted to see himself. Like, you know, he wanted to see, because remember Steve said, well, what if you find out she prefers me over you? Well, that's what Steve wanted to find out. So Steve wanted to find that out and Stefan wanted to find that out. But Stefan is still in the wrong because Steve would have never even done this if Stefan didn't think, because Stefan didn't even say, hey, do you mind if I go and like be you for a second? He just said, I'm going to do it. Right? And didn't even ask Steve's permission. So then Steve's like, okay, well, I'll go do this. And that's going to suffer the most in this is actually not Steve at all, but Stefan.
Well, you know what? I'm not feeling very good about either one of you right now.
Laura, come on.
It's true. I do have feelings for both of you. And I was trying to work them out.
She was.
But now, after this, I'm more confused than ever.
She really isn't, though. She's just irritated.
I don't get it. Why the sudden interest in Japanese cooking?
It's all part of my journey down the road of self-improvement.
Self-improvement.
Looks like you got mugged at a restaurant.
Straight up.
This training will help eliminate my clumsiness by teaching me focus, coordination, and dexterity.
Now we just got to remember now, because everybody like Laura, you know, didn't get with Steve because until he changed and all this and that. We got to understand. Steve just said himself. It's his discovery of becoming a better version of himself. Steve, this is all Steve. Just possibly even recognizing his own potential. Just even Laura, like they're maturing at the same time. Yeah, but Laura's is more inner, Steve's is outer.
Geisha, what are you two doing here? I thought you weren't coming into my cooking debut.
Well, we just dropped by to say hi and bring you a little gift.
Wowza, Band-Aid!
Yeah, you need those.
This is for the customers, for when you accidentally stab them.
Maxine always got jokes for Steve, man. You know how Laura's looking at her. Like, you see the maturity in Laura? Do you see Laura's kind of looking at her like, okay, girl. Remember, Steve and Laura live in the same house. So Laura could have given this to him while they were at home. No, Laura, we see what Laura's doing. Popping up.
Thoughtful gift, but shoo. I have lots of work to do. Thank you.
Stephen, who are these pretty young ladies?
Oh, Mr. Tanaka, this is my very special friend, Laura Winslow.
I love how you said, look how he's looking at her. And look at this, just because we're going to see this again. Look at how Steve's looking at Laura, and look at how Boss Man is looking at Steve.
Be truly an honor if you would stay and have dinner.
Where do I sit?
Where do I sit?
Do you have lobster?
Led by our newest master chef.
Who?
You, my friend.
Congratulations, Steve!
Oh, thank you, Laura.
Oh, this is great dinner and a show. What show? Watching Steve work. Don't you remember when he worked in the car wash and he got his foot stuck in the trap?
I'm trying to tell you. But this is, again, why I love Laura so much. Because, see, when you got that friend and it's your best friend and you're interested in this guy and all they got for that guy is jokes, it can influence you. And I think even when Laura was younger, it did. You know what I'm saying? But now she's growing up. She's mature. She's more secure in herself. She understands who she is more. She understands who Steve is. And she understands what's important and what she wants. So these kind of... Now, is Maxine doing this all in fun? It really is. But still, when it's somebody that you kind of feeling and you're seeing... And check this here. You're seeing in a different way. But your friends around you aren't. it can make you want to fall back a little bit. But because Laura has always walked to the beat of her own drum, she's going to continue to do that now because she's not going to deny her heart anymore. She's not going to do it, regardless to what people say.
Oh, yeah. He was washed and waxed 5 times before they got him out.
Yeah.
And for weeks when it rained, the water just like beat it right off of it.
I know exactly what I'm doing. It is only fitting that you make your cooking debut in front of the woman your heart has chosen. Your eyes told the whole story.
No one ever acknowledges with Steve who your heart has chosen. Who his heart has chosen.
Mr. Tanaka, I've loved Laura Winslow ever since kindergarten, but she never paid me any attention. It's only now that she started to have feelings for me.
Oh, well, then you will impress her by showing her all that you have learned, yes?
Oh, I'm not ready. I'll make a fool of myself.
Oh, that is not true. Steve, I have watched you grow from an awkward caterpillar into a little less awkward moth.
Okay, what did Boss Man just say right there? It baffles my mind that people want to try to make Laura guilty because Steve is evolving and she's evolving and she's loving who she is, you know, in the self-discovery, but she's also loving who Steve is. And what did the Boss Man just say? I've seen you, you know, in this amount of time mature and grow. And he's trying to tell him you're ready for this moment. Okay.
Well, you are ready.
Look at her. Yep, look at her, Steve. Let her know. I love it. That almost in a nutshell sums up Steve and Laura's their relationship. Just that vibe, that connection right there. It doesn't look like it's him. Put a little bit of silly in it. Let her put a smile on her face, Steve. Put a little bit of silly in her, make her smile a little bit. Yeah. And Laura's excited.
That was great! Oh, you like it? I have to go shake the rice out of my pants.
Steve, wait.
You want to come help?
Steve, did that sound like an invitation? You want to come help? I like it though, Steve. I like it. I like it, Steve.
No.
No, not yet. Not yet. Still not yet, Steve.
I just want to tell you, you really impressed me tonight.
I did?
Yeah. You cooked tonight. It was really cool.
Cool?
Yeah. I would even go so far as to say sexy.
Woo! This is why you got to just give people time. She said, I will even go as far to say sexy. So now, not only is Steve attractive, but now he's sexy and doing regular things. So it looks like Boss Man, you know, did the right thing. Just want to point out, where do you see this happening again with Steve and Laura? Laura's like, I want to share this with you. And they're talking. And Laura's letting Steve know what's on her heart. It's like, why is this so hard for Myra and Steve? And why is it so hard for Stefan and Laura? Friendship or lack thereof, right?
Sexy.
Sexy, boy. You better take it with you now. Take it with you now. Take it with you.
Very.
Very. She said very. As Tupac said on A Different World, once again it's on. Find it again for a second.
Oh, Mr. Tanaka, I've loved Laura Winslow ever since kindergarten, but she never paid me any attention. It's only now that she started to have feelings for me.
Oh.
You see what Steve said there? You know, that he has loved Laura since he was in kindergarten. And it's only now that she's starting to pay attention, right? I think that is so powerful because what I've been saying, you know, is something not right for you because it's just not right for you? Or are we looking at timing? Is it a timing issue? You know, is there something that you're thinking that God's saying no to and he's just really saying not now? You know, it wasn't your parents, you know, you would ask your parents for something and they would tell you not now. And it wasn't a no. It was just a not now. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of what you're seeing here, because look at Steve's talking about, you know, middle school versus her coming to him now. Laura's grown up now. She has matured, right? She is a better version. She is the best version of herself in her whole entire life. And this is the woman this is the version and the woman that Steve is getting. This is the version of Laura that is falling in love with Steve when she is at her best, and she's going to get better, right? Okay. Can we go here for a second? Let's be Christian and adult about this, right? I even think Laura is having those physical feelings, you know what I'm saying? But they're accompanied by friendship and actual love and not lust. And what people you will understand about that is it's way more powerful, because the desire building on the inside of Laura for Steve is not lust. And that's what people need to understand about lust is a passion, boom, bap, it's gone, right? But when that romance and that passion is backed up by friendship and is backed up by love, it is something that is stronger than what you've ever felt. So could it possibly be that Laura's feeling that too? You know, like, okay, I know I've had my, you know, my temptations here, but it hasn't felt like this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not just on some romance passion like Stefan would give her. Loving somebody is giving them the best version of you, but also demanding the best version of them. That is actual love. That is what Laura brings to Steve, is that come up, that glow up, that level up, right? And again, y'all said, well, Myra loved him because Myra accepted him for who he was. And I'm like, who in the world? And I think it came from hell itself. Will sit there and tell you that is the right version of love. I'm just going to accept you however. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't mean, what I mean by that is, it doesn't mean that they have to cater to you, but it's you recognizing the goodness and the best that's on the inside of them. And I think some of the problem that we're doing, you know, is we're not taking the time out to learn each other, to know what's on the inside of each other. You know what I'm saying? To know what is actually their best self and their best person, because we're not taking the time out anymore to get to know somebody. It's like either we have it in their minds of what we want them to be, or we just accept them for what they are. You know what I'm saying? And not recognizing the potential and the gifting and the ability, the greatness, the beauty that is on the inside of another individual. We're not taking the time out to do that anymore. And that is the beauty about Steve and Laura, is that they got the opportunity and took the opportunity on to really learn and to really understand each other and to understand what's on the inside of each other. And that's what makes this so beautiful. I think, again, the love story of Steve and Laura, why it's just so amazing, because it's about timing. It's about true love. You know, it's about, ooh, we don't like this word, y'all. We don't like this word. It's about patience. It's about delaying self-gratification. You know what I'm saying? It's about grace. And that's what again, going back to what Steve said, it's only now that she's starting to pay me any attention. But the best time is now. This is the best time, because Laura is at her best self. Y'all see in every way, okay? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see the woman that she has turned into. I mean, come on now. You know, but Laura is at her best self now. So it's like, was Steve really catching L's, or was he catching T's because it's timing? You feel what I'm saying? We just need to think about that. So it always irritates me, like I said, when people, Laura made him wait. And it is some of the most asinine logic. Like, oh, she da-da-da. And it's like, it don't, guys, that's not. And I understand that we have fallen truly, truly away from actual true love. Because the one thing, like I said, that I'm starting to realize, people are not falling in love anymore. Love songs are not popping like that anymore. Lust songs are popping, yes. Lust, L-U-S-T songs are popping, but love songs are not popping as much, because people are not falling in love as much. Because people to fall in love is almost like it's almost like a fantasy to people and not a reality. And it used to be a reality. Before, a lot of y'all rock with Steve and Myra because there's no falling in love there. It's just lust. For what you learn from Steve and Laura is that fast tracking things gets you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, fast tracking gets you nowhere. Stefan tried to fast track and try to romance Laura and all this other type of stuff. But now he don't even know how to communicate with her. Doesn't always look pretty. And that's in any relationship. That's in any job. That's in any goal. That's in anything that you're going after, man. It's not going to always be pretty. It's not going to always feel good. It's not always going to give you back what you're giving right then. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I go all the way back and say timing. I'm going to bring my sis in again.
But when they call, I never answer cause I pray. If it's not for me, Lord, then let it be delayed. Help me.
Ooh, we got
It's not for me, Lord, then let it be delayed.
Yeah, we had to play that again. And I just love playing that because it really sums up Steve and Laura. You know what I'm saying? Like, Steve has desired Laura, since he was in kindergarten. But that's why I love what my sis said. If it's not for me, then let it be delayed. Because the other thing we got to understand, like I said, delay does not mean denial. And delay also does not mean less. Right? Delay does not mean less. What we need to start looking at is a lot of times delay means more. Delay means greater. So Steve don't realize that what's working right now is something greater. It's something greater than he asked for. It's something greater than he imagined. Right? There's something working that is greater. Usually delayed means greater. We need to stop associating delay with never or delay with lesser. No, delay means greater. Most things are delayed. When they come at a greater level, at a greater pace, at a greater impact. That's what I said, going all the way back, bringing it all back around. Steve is actually getting the best version of Laura. He's getting the best version of her. And y'all and people and society and this wicked culture has tried to tell you that that's actually bad. But if we just take a good look, okay? If we just take a real good look happening between Steve and Laura, you know what I'm saying? Organically and right on time. You feel what I'm saying? Love God, love people. May God bless you. May God keep you.